Sitting here late night editing, working on a bunch of stuff. And you know what? I thought, what I've been wanting to do for a long time is go over here and actually cover every single member on the HOGS Wall of Fame. Because people have taken their time to send in these wonderful pictures. And we've got a lot of time in this wall. It's been awesome. So I got me a bottle of water here ready to go because I might have to take a drink a couple times. So here we go. Like I said, been wanting to do this for a long time. So we're gonna go right over here, start down here. So these aren't in any particular order because of the way they've come in over time. You know, Heather for a while was trying to keep them alphabetical and it's just turned into something that she couldn't quite keep up with. So here we go. And I'll probably screw up some names that hopefully it won't be too bad. Dylan Brown, instrument pilot. Gabriel Amado, solo flight. Florence Beffa, private pilot. You know, I'm gonna turn the heater down real quick because otherwise this is gonna be making a bunch of freaking noise. Whoops, wrong way. So anyway, the HOGS Wall of Fame started out, you know, several years ago. And we were in that crappy old office in our old hangar and started on a paneling, you know, paneled wall. And just one day I'm like, hey, you know, we should start posting some of these pictures. And we were putting them on the paneling. And then here a couple years later, the HOGS Wall of Fame. All right, start again. Dylan Brown, instrument pilot. Gabriel Amado, solo flight. Florence Beffa, private pilot. Furman Messina, private pilot. Gabriel Hernandez, private pilot. Gabriel has been here and actually did videos with us live. So there's Gabriel with his private, and then Gabriel again with his commercial, and we've actually, Gabriel, we've been in communication with Gabriel, and now he's working on his CFI. Jeff Smathers, private pilot. C.T. Ward, commercial pilot. Gabriel Hernandez, there he is, instrument pilot. So we got Gabriel times 3, now working on CFI. Lieutenant Dennis Blackerby, Shelby County Sheriff's Department. Long time, him and several of the members of the Sheriff's Department all became members all at the same time. The Sheriff's Department bought them all memberships, which was awesome. Derek McCall, certified flight instructor. Chrissy Marasigalia, commercial pilot. Sorry for anybody if I butcher your name. Dean Seymour, no check ride yet that we know of, but we put him up because he was in a video called Our Most Prepared Student Ever. So we put him on the wall just because the guy really showed up and had every single piece that a person's gonna need. Cole Norton, commercial add-on. Kristen Palmaz, commercial pilot. Bill Collier, private pilot. Ben Waddell, certified flight instructor. Brian Cash, commercial pilot. Brian has been in the HOGS studio. He actually was there in the old studio and signed, I think, the one for his private, but it may have got destroyed when we moved because we tried pulling the pictures off the wall and half of them got tore up. So when we came over here, Heather just took the time to reprint every single picture. So Brian, we did have him in a video and he signed his. So we'll have to have Brian back. I know he's down flying, he's flying down in the Key West doing tours. Travis Gregg, certified flight instrument instructor. He's on the cover of Helicopter Check Ride. What a great story. Travis is the one that went off the street to Double I in 6 months. He's on the cover of Helicopter Check Ride. This kid did it. He's the one that called me up and said, I'm gonna go through this Sevier County Choppers program. In 6 months, I'll be a Double I and they'll give me a job. And I went, yeah, right. Well, I doubted him, but I shouldn't have, because guess what? This is the real deal. They literally put people through in 6 months and give him a job working, and now he's out in the industry flying helicopter EMS. He's the real deal, man. I met him when he was just starting out as a private pilot, now flying EMS. Yako, he even sent us a video when he passed, so Yako's on there as private pilot. Art Sears, private pilot. Brian Fleming, commercial pilot. Bob Millette, commercial pilot. I know that aircraft. I used to fly that helicopter. Austin and Roland, two guys they're actually ground school members, but came to us and did the ratings with us in an R22 that a buddy owned. Jeff Medor, commercial pilot. Adam Corner, private pilot. Adam Volay, commercial pilot. Alexander Spurb, foreign license conversion. Rob Willard, commercial pilot. Casey Love, certified flight instructor. Jed Hughes, my boy from years ago that's now sawing trees for a living. Bruce, am I on the right one? Yep, Bruce Kropf, commercial pilot. Caleb, you'll see him about 4 times on here. Caleb Zanstra, private pilot. Caleb, commercial pilot. Caleb, instrument pilot. Caleb has been to, he was also at the old HOGS studio, signed his, but again, probably got destroyed when we moved over here. So Caleb, you need to come back and visit us again. Charlie Keys, private pilot. I knocked that one off the wall last week and broke the frame. We got to replace that. All right, now I got to get a stool because this tall wall is just getting too tall. All right, so here we go. This is pretty recent. There's Dave Faulkner as the CFI. And then Tristan Pele's private pilot. So on the right, Dave Faulkner, he's a ground school member, and he has been here to the HOGS studio and actually did a video with me. Became good friends with Dave. He's visited us several times. He's from California, but he's been here to the HOGS studio twice, even though he lives in California. Hans Ashbaugh, commercial pilot. Harvey Glick, private pilot. Iscar Del Prado, private pilot. Jack Day, he was a blast. He came here and did his rating with us in the Enstrom. He was so much fun. What a sweet guy. Jacob Neese, commercial pilot. Jake Madden, private pilot. And there is Dave. Oh, there's Dave, who I was just talking about. Dave Faulkner. Okay, so he was here and signed his when he was here to do a video with me. That would have been last summer, or 2 summers ago. Jamie Cobb. We talk about Jamie all the time. Jamie's the one that came all the way from Texas with his R44. He's the one that had 200 hours in helicopters, 8 instructors, and didn't have his private. Great story, and he inspired a private owner program that we recently started where if you're a private owner and you have a bunch of hours and you want to finish, if it's something I'm rated in or qualified in, come here and I'll finish you up personally. Jason Polos, commercial pilot. Jeff Kaza, commercial pilot. Another one of my proteges that, oh my gosh, so many stories. Now, Columbus police officer. Jason Arellano, private pilot. Jerry Brindle, private pilot. All right, now I'm gonna move my chair and move over. And we're gonna keep going down the list. See how it's gonna work. Chris Bowden, private pilot. You know what, maybe I better keep going across. Tor Stenberg, commercial pilot. Chris Whitaker, private pilot. Johan, the one I love telling stories about. Johan is the young man. I've actually had supper in California with him and his wife. Gloria and I met him after the fact. He's the one, did it in 3 weeks. He came from another country, and while he was home for 10 months, he was on a tractor every day watching HOGS videos, shows up in Florida to do accelerated program and blew his instructors away when they didn't have to do any ground with him. 3 weeks from the day he walked in the door, he had a private pilot rating. And his instructor, Travis, emailed me. And he's like, Kenny, this Johan character came in and his ground was literally done. And he said, I asked him what he did, and he said, I used this helicopter on ground school. We have a video on him with an interview with his instructor. Awesome story. I talk about Johan all the time. Jeff Miller. There's a picture of me, Dr. Nick's helicopter with Gloria and her friend. There's Dan Taz Chrisman, who is a HOGS member. He joined, and we became friends, and now is in our instrument course. But he is a longtime aviator, and he works for the Air Force. And Taz joined HOGS, used HOGS to do his helicopter add-ons. We became friends, and now we've authored top 10 check ride tips. I'll put a link below this video when I get done tonight. And we authored an Amazon #1 best-selling book together. There's Austin Boa, who appears in some of the aerodynamic videos in Private Pilot. Sarah Green, you'll see her in some of the Robinson videos. David Sipes appears in the R-22 pre-flight videos inside Helicopter Land Ground School. Jeff Miller, private pilot. Gator, private pilot. I don't know why she put Gator. We don't have the real name on there, but apparently he wanted Gator. I know we've talked to Gator quite a few times. Torin Emhoff, instrument pilot. Nick Wacom, certified flight instructor. I met Nick down at Sevier County Choppers, same place that we were talking about Travis was from. I met Nick when he was working on his private. And we went down there with an R44 to get some maintenance done. And I walk in the door and I hear, Kenny Keller. And I turn around and this young man walks up and his name is Nick. Well, that was back when he was a private. Now, Nick is teaching. As far as I know, he's still teaching there. Another one of our members you'll see, oh my God, Kyle Parrish. He's in a video with Kyle where they sent in a video after, let's see, Kyle had completed his, I think, CFI or instrument in CFI or something, and he sent me a video, and Nick was his instructor. So, Helicopter Land Ground School member, started out with us back in like 2014, now out teaching, and teaching other HOGS members. Rebecca Torres, private pilot. Victor Vescovo, private pilot. Mark Thomas, commercial pilot. I had a beer with Mark in California. That was a great time. We went to a little pizza joint. His wife and some friends that ended up meeting us. That was an absolute blast. All right, I'm gonna move my step stool over. So while I'm moving the step stool over and grabbing a drink, before we continue on, we're halfway done. I'm just so stinking proud of this thing. It is so flippin' cool. And it's just so much fun when somebody says, well, do you have any testimonials? We're like, yeah, we got a whole great big wall full of them. Sorry, just had to take a little break there. Get a drink. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, so many stories. I can't tell every story because we'll be here all night. Spencer Orgill, private pilot. Jason Cutter, got to mention Jason. We just did our check rides together in Fort Wayne. I was doing my CFI reinstatement. He was doing his CFI add-on. He's up here 4 times. And he'll be up here because he's going to do ATP as well, I think. So he's up here, private, commercial, CFI. And yeah, another big long story. Actually, I should mention, Jason works at a university and he's looking for an aircraft to do a lease on. So I have some details on that. If anybody's got an aircraft sitting around that they'd like to lease to a university, I need to do another video on that. Paul Rotter, certified flight instructor. I'm sorry. This is a sweet guy. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Certified flight instructor. I know we emailed back and forth. That was awesome. I wish I could pronounce the name. Nick Taylor from quite way back. Nick Taylor, private pilot. I actually met Nick in California and we went and had Starbucks coffee together. Aaron Young, private pilot. Aaron Young, instrument and certified flight instructor. Heather cheated and put 2 ratings into 1. That's okay. Tannen Austin, HOGS member from Indiana. Believe this, HOGS member did his ratings from off the street to CFI in like 6 months, busted his ass, and then came up here and did our instrument training videos, and then started working in the industry, and now he's down there flying with Taz in Las Vegas. So isn't that cool? From Indiana, 2 hours away, becomes a HOGS member, and then ends up in Las Vegas with Taz, which Taz is from Indiana. Half an hour from where I'm from. But I never met him until he was living in Vegas, flying for the Air Force, comes back to meet me when he's home visiting family. Holly Gardell, another fun story. Holly came here, did her CFI in 2 weeks. She had no previous instrument time. She was such a great student as a CFI. And Holly appears in some of our videos. So many of you will know Holly from the videos that she's been in. Dave Redmond from the aerodynamic videos in Helicopter Land Ground School. Brian Rutledge, currently our operations manager. I met Brian almost 8 years ago when he wanted to get his CFI. Years later, he's now our operations manager. Retired from the Sheriff's Department, 30-year aviator. I helped him with his CFI online, way back before everybody was doing everything online. Chris Hauser, we did his private commercial CFI, actually before HOGS got started, and then Chris now appears in our Helicopter Land Ground School videos. You've been seeing me do him some recently, videos with him in the Cabri, been a lot of fun. Bradley Smith, private pilot. Thomas Rowley Rojas, private pilot. Bruce Kropp, commercial pilot. Jeff Vicente, certified flight instructor. Jeff sends me a lot of cool stuff. He flies out in New York. Haven't heard from him in a little while, but I've actually put out some emails for him a couple times when he was looking for instructors. Been a great, super active member, and appreciate everything that Jeff has done for us and all his support. Tor Stenberg, private pilot. All right, we're ready to go down another row here. All right. Todd Berry. Many of you have seen Todd. We show a video of him. He did that video, that picture's from right after passing his check ride, trying to catch his breath as he's telling us about his check ride. It was a great short video. You could tell the excitement was there. Timothy Moore, private pilot. Tim Holder, private pilot. Tim Broughton, certified flight instructor. Tim Ashley, private pilot. A lot of you have probably seen him. He was on our home site for quite a while for the private pilot membership. Tim Broughton, instrument pilot. Mike Rentschler, private pilot. Ryan Menden, private pilot. Terry McDowell, commercial pilot. Sean Cagle, instrument, hold the camera in the right place. Instrument and commercial pilot. Scott, I'm not even gonna try it. Scott, private pilot. Soraya Elsmore, instrument pilot. Sam Daughtry. Sam has been here, and we actually did a video with him in the Bell 47. He's been here several times and done videos with us. So there he is with his certified flight instructor. Sam with his commercial pilot add-on. Sam actually flies the big heavy jets for UPS or FedEx, I forget which, but he flies cargo, one of the big airplanes. Lee Hilty, private pilot. Roman Duku, private pilot. Rich Nuttall, certified flight instructor. Rob Willard, commercial pilot. Renee Surprise, private pilot. Kyle Parrish, here we were talking about him. Kyle is so much fun. Another one that went through Sevier County choppers, did his ratings in like 6 months. Another wonderful kid with a great story who just blasted through those ratings. Unbelievable. And there he is again. So there's Kyle with the instrument commercial, and here's Kyle, a certified flight instructor, and Double I, Heather cheated. He should have 4 pictures up here. No, I'm just teasing. John Booth, private pilot. Jonathan Wolf, commercial pilot. Sam Daughtry again. Jim Hardy, private pilot. Jim Ply, commercial pilot. We met Jim at one of the heli expos in Vegas. Took us out to that fancy steak house, bought everybody a steak. That was awesome. Hey, there's Roman, still working on commercial. Awesome, we'll get you up here, Roman, when you get the commercial completed. Jim Ply again, private pilot. John Magan, private pilot. Kenny Gingrich, certified flight instructor. He's right up here, Goshen, not far away from us. Lance Easterling, commercial pilot. Jordan Dreamon, private pilot. You may have seen Jordan in some of our videos. He sent me a video after passing his, I think it was private in the R44. Good video, was a fun video. Chris Hadlock, private pilot. Chris Hadlock, commercial pilot. Chris Hadlock, instrument pilot. Chris Hadlock, certified flight instructor. Chris was actually on the Dr. Phil show. It was pretty comical. And he may be back on the Phil show again. Good story. Musician and we're going to leave it at that. Lorenzo. Oh, Lorenzo's such a fun story. Lorenzo was in some of our early videos inside Helicopter on Land Ground School. I recently, well, in the past, I believe took it down because it was so old. But he was over here from another country working on his ratings, and he had a thick accent, and you could tell he was struggling so hard to learn the English language while learning to become a private pilot. And now he's out there flying MD-500s, flying tuna boats. Another story was with us from way back, and now I know he's out there flying in the industry. And I met him at one of the Heli Expos, met him and a couple of his buddies, and we went out and we had an absolute blast. That was, I believe, Heli Expo in Dallas. All right, I'm gonna take a little break here. We're getting close. Getting close. So we do have a special sale going on until New Year's Eve. It's not like I've never did a lot of talking before, but for some reason, making me extra thirsty tonight. Okay, and then the next one, I've met Roy. Roy Diaz Rodriguez, commercial pilot. I met Roy at one of the Heli Expos. We were even gonna go out and have some beers, but it didn't happen. Mark Hoffritz, private add-on. Mason Vandermeer, commercial pilot. Matthew Stolfus, private pilot. Michael McNamara, certified flight instructor. Mike Murphy, private add-on. And down there, Michael Noble, maybe we'll try to get a shot of him as we get down to that end. Private pilot, we'll go past him again. Ori Zaltman, private pilot. Paul Veliscu, private pilot. Cameron Gordon, private add-on. Jason Seep, private pilot. Let's move down there where we can get a better look. Been wanting to do this for months, and tonight I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. John Jansen, private pilot. All right, I move my step stool one more time, and then this is where Heather just finished off this wall, so the ones on the very end of the wall are the most recent pictures. We're gonna start to stop and go across. Jason Davenport, private pilot. Cody Robinson, certified flight instructor. Michael Murphy, certified flight instrument instructor. Martin Siltz, private pilot. Patrick Hamblin, commercial pilot. Emmanuel, whoops, about fell off the stool. I can't pronounce his last name, but Emmanuel, what a sweet guy, commercial pilot. He's flying down in Florida, and he actually wanted to come here and fly with me in the Instrum, but he wanted to come every day and fly straight until he was done, and I just couldn't take on somebody full-time every single day until they're done. I just couldn't do it. I just don't have enough available time to be with the same person every day, all day, start to finish. Kevin Pritchard, who logs in quite often. Kevin, here you are again. Kevin Pritchard, commercial pilot. Mark Lozano, commercial pilot. Juan Torella, private pilot. Michael Worth, private pilot. Roy McLaughlin, commercial pilot. C.W. Fox, CFI2. C.W. Fox tunes in very often to our YouTube videos, very, very often, makes comments. Nick, private pilot. David Gerardo, private pilot. Alex Morand, private pilot. And sorry, Nick, but I'm afraid of butchering your name. Here, I'll get a close-up shot so we know we got you in there. Wesley Rhodes, very recent, commercial pilot. Margaret Link, private pilot. Samuel Hearn, private pilot. Jason Jason, certified flight instructor. He flew with the gentleman, the DP legend in the industry that I did my private and commercial with. Great stories there. I've actually done a video on him. Sadiq Muhammad, private pilot. Antonio Perez, private pilot. Jen Martinez, private pilot. Gino Mancini, private pilot. Tristan Payne, commercial pilot. Now let's see if I can get down off of here without killing myself. We're getting to the end here. Charles Smith Jr., private pilot. Alfred, private pilot. Nathan Laurendine, private pilot. Randy Gingrich, another one locally up at Goshen, flying one of the flying the cavalry, doing his ratings with Hauser, did his helicopter add-on. I believe he's working on his instrument now. Jason, did we mention Jason already? We did, didn't we? Or is he on here twice? I think he's on here twice. Man, I'm getting confused. No, we did talk about Jason because he's with the Examiner that I've used several times, my private commercial. Henry D. Yeager, certified flight instructor. Chris Cox, instrument pilot. Jason Cutter, I mentioned Jason a little bit ago. Here's Jason with his commercial add-on. Alan Taylor, helicopter add-on. Jeffrey Salon, private pilot. David Linville, private pilot. Adam Corner, instrument pilot. Eddie Smith, private pilot. Charles Perkins, commercial pilot add-on. Michael Urso, private pilot. Stuart Thornhill, he was here, flew his R-44 down here, met with us. And I just emailed back and forth with Stuart today. He ended his subscription because he got his commercial done, but he said, hey, I'll see you in 2021 when I come back for instrument pilot, which is what many people do. Leave, come back, use the training month to month as they need it, cancel when they don't need it, come back and sign up again when they need it. Josh Guay, private pilot. Jason Cutter again, certified flight instructor. Gary Rhodes, private pilot. Chuck, getting tired, Chuck Franklin, private add-on. Glenn Roberts, airline transport pilot. Billy Hayes, private pilot. David Aislinn, David, commercial pilot. And then Dean, we talked about here, so we got him up here twice. All right, so there you go. The HOGS Wall of Fame. Been wanting to do that for a while. I just wanted to take a moment so that I make sure we were trying to post a picture every time I did a video, and sometimes the pictures just come in, I can't always quite keep up. So there is everyone that's on the HOGS Wall of Fame at the end of 2021. So, moral of the story is, if you'd like some help with Helicopter Airline Ground School, whatever rating you're working on, go to helicopterground.com. There's a link down below the video, or there will be as soon as I get done here. I'll go in and plug it in. Private, commercial, certified flight instructor. Instrument pilot, we can help you get through all the ratings. And all of our memberships come with a 30-day, no hassle, 100% money back guarantee. So subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified of more helicopter content. We just hit 30,000 subscribers. That was kind of fun. Been waiting to hit that mark, which, you know, compared to some people, 30,000 ain't much. But for my little channel, only took me 10 years. But we've now got 30,000 subscribers, 10 years on YouTube, 900 videos, lots and lots of free content that we put out all the time. So subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you'll be notified of our new videos. Go to helicopterground.com to check out our memberships. And I think it's about time to go home, get a late night supper. All right, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, click the bell, and do us a favor, give us a thumbs up, please. And leave a comment below, and we'll see you in the next video. And I'm almost ready to hit it, and I see Roman. That wall's all because of you, my friend. Well, thank you, Roman. I appreciate it very much. I don't even know what to say, man. This whole thing has just been Helicopter Airline Ground School. Most everybody thought it would never go anywhere, and nobody wanted to tell me, and I didn't listen. I just went for it, and here we are, almost 9 years later. So I am very appreciative of any and all members, subscribers, anybody that comments, likes, shares, is active, not active. We just really appreciate it. Helicopter Airline Ground School's turned into something really, really cool. And don't think for a second that I'm not grateful, because I'm very, very, very grateful for every single one of these people that's taken the time to send us a picture. There's been so many that haven't, that just sent us a testimonial and just said, hey, thanks for HOGS, thanks for what you guys do. And, that makes it all worthwhile. When, running a business can be tough. Most people know that. Life can be tough, right? We know this year, we know how tough life can be, right? So we wouldn't be here without all of you. So appreciate it very much. We'll see you then.